Hello, I'm Kimberlie Acosta. Welcome to the Native News Update. It's Wednesday, July 6th. Many of the stories you hear here can be found at IndianCountryNews.com. And here's the news for the day from the Associated Press and other Native news sources. Saskatchewan-born actor and Aboriginal activist Gordon Tootoosis has passed away at the age of 69 after a brief illness. Tootoosis, a Cree from the Poundmaker First Nation, was one of the stars of CBC's North of 60 television series. His long career ranged from the 1973 film Alien Thunder with Donald Sutherland and Chief Dan George to 1996's Legends of the Fall with Brad Pitt. Tootoosis, who was awarded the Order of Canada in 2004, was also an accomplished stage actor and a founding member of the board of directors of the Saskatchewan Native Theatre Company. Despite his success in the entertainment industry, he always made his home on the Poundmaker Reserve and used to joke that the movers and shakers in Hollywood knew where to find him. He recently starred in Gordon Winter, a play by Saskatoon playwright Kenneth T. Williams that was featured at the Prairie Scene Festival in Ottawa. The massive Honey Prairie Fire in Georgia drew calls for more than 1,400 personnel from 47 states to assist in the battle against a 2-month-old blaze. Among them has been small contingents from Native American firefighters from Montana. The crews arrived about 2 weeks ago to assist as needed. Nearly 2,000 miles away from home, they have coped with a new climate and surroundings, working in the humid, swampy southeast Georgia flatland. Not long after arriving, their first post was around the Kingfisher Landing area, taking part in what many call the largest fire they've fought. The Crow firefighters note most of their experience has been in western states, with some making their first trip in the southeast this month. Crew boss Emery Three Irons, a firefighter since 1999, is one of the few with a taste of the South's summer heat. He took part in the operations in the Big Turnaround fire in 2007 and cautioned newcomers about the new environment. Veteran firefighter and former crew boss Edwin Whitegrass Hall says the fire is among the worst he's seen. The Confederated Tribes of the Umatilla Reservation has elected a new chairman for their Board of Trustees. Les Minthorn, a previous chairman and treasurer, won with 160 votes out of 478 total. Minthorn is taking over for Elwood Padawa, who resigned in April and whose term ends in November. Minthorn will be sworn in on July 11th. He served as chairman of the Board of Trustees from 1974 to 1980. The chief-elect of one of the nation's largest American Indian tribes called on the incumbent to give up the post July 5th, as tribal officials confirm a new election could be called if the bitter back and forth and legal wrangling don't stop. A recount determined longtime councilman Bill John Baker has defeated Chief Chad Smith by 266 votes in the June 25th election. He wants another recount. The election was very close, with Baker first declared the winner by 11 votes and then Smith announced as the winner by 7 before the recount threw the election back to Baker. Smith has since appealed, and the Cherokee Nation Supreme Court set arguments for Friday, July 8th. If things get any more contentious, the court could intervene and order a new election. Baker called on Smith to give up the office he's held for 12 years, saying the Cherokee law allows for only one recount and it's time to move on. Smith's supporters disputed the notion that Baker was the outright winner, saying there was a lot of room for error when the ballots were recounted and the process needs to be further sorted out. The chief, inaugurated on August 14th, will lead Oklahoma's largest tribe with nearly 300,000 members and a $600 million budget. Cherokee officials still say they expect all the legal challenges to be resolved by then. The Quapaw Tribe in Oklahoma is putting 5 mobile homes that were rejected as temporary housing following Hurricane Katrina to good use. Nearly 6 years after the storm, the federal government has given many of the homes to American Indian tribes in need of affordable housing. John Ballard, chief of the Ottawa tribe, said his tribe spent an average of $3,000 to acquire each home. Tribal officials say the trailers will be installed at its elder housing location. Officials say once a policy is approved by tribal leadership, they expect the 5 mobile homes will be used as emergency housing for tribal members. A new monument is being built in East Spokane, Washington, to honor Chief Spokane Garry, one of the area's earliest and influential leaders. For years in the park that carried his name, there was a statue of Chief Spokane Garry, a Native American born at the junction of the Spokane and Little Spokane rivers in 1811. Throughout his life, he served as an advocate for the Spokane Tribe and worked for peace between them and the white settlers. 2 years ago, the statue was removed from the park because of vandalism and damage from the elements. During the process, it was destroyed and a totem pole was put up as a replacement. However, there was a problem with the totem pole. Jamie Saijan said, "This totem pole culturally doesn't have any significance to the Plateau Tribe, especially the Spokane Tribe. It's culturally from the west side of the state, from Western tribes. It's expected a new monument to Chief Garry will be completed in 30 days. A metal cube sculpture was installed on June 29th in the cul-de-sac of Lighthouse Park in front of Mukilteo Lighthouse in Washington. The sculpture was designed by Joe Gobbin and James Madison, both Native American artists and members of the Tulalip tribes. Dedication ceremony for the sculpture and the band shell is scheduled for 10:30 a.m. on Saturday, July 16th. The sculpture helps to recognize the long-standing history of the Snohomish people and other tribes that used Mukilteo spit for more than 1,000 years. The design of the six-sided sculpture has both traditional Native American artwork as well as representing important marine resources gathered in the past and presently at the location. Grammy Award-winning Esperanza Spalding is a young multilingual vocalist, bassist, and composer who is making waves in the world of jazz. This year, Spalding has been one of the biggest attractions at the prestigious Montreal Jazz Festival, which is used to attracting big names such as Diana Krall, Stevie Wonder, David Brubeck, Herbie Hancock, and Ray Charles. The festival's vice president and artistic director, Andre Menard, describes Spalding's recent performance at the 10-day event as taking it to another level, fueled with drama and imagination. This year has seen Spalding hit the big time, beating Justin Bieber and Drake to win one of the music industry's most prestigious prizes, the Grammy for Best New Artist. Spalding's musicality has always set her apart. She was raised in a single-parent home in a deprived neighborhood of Portland, Oregon, but at the age of 5, she taught herself the violin. Spalding modestly denies her success to date is purely down to her abilities, crediting great teachers, great friends, and her parents for her success. With a diverse heritage of Native American, Hispanic, and African American, Spalding aims to make jazz music for mainstream radio. This, she adds, is what her forthcoming album, Radio Music Society, to be released early in 2012, aims to achieve. And that's the latest roundup of news from Indian Country on this edition of the Native News Update. I'd like to thank you for joining me, and have a grand day.